Welcome to #Wednesdays Weekly, a weekly information session in collaboration with the public sector and voluntary sector partners. This week, the host is Sarah-Beth from Food for Life Get-Togethers. Over to you, Sarah-Beth.
Thank you, Hayley, and welcome everyone for this week's Wednesdays Weekly. I'm Sarah-Beth and I am an engagement officer for the Get-Togethers programme. It's a national programme, so there are people like me in 5 different areas across the UK. So we've got Scotland, the North, Midlands, Northern Ireland and Wales, and we're basically here to support all of the people on the ground doing amazing work to connect people through food. Before the lockdown, everything was around intergenerational food sharing, so people being able to grow food, cook food and share food together, and really looking at the benefits of bringing people of all ages in the community together, and looking at how we can benefit by sharing assets in the community. And assets might be a location, it could be a set of skills, or even just a passion to really get things going as a community. So we've managed to be able to still carry on throughout the lockdown and supporting some of the incredible people who are doing work. So my time here today is to spotlight what's been happening in Rochdale, because there have been incredible people doing lots of different things, whether it's carrying on and adapting what they were doing in a new way, or responding to what needs were in the community because of lockdown, and being able to connect with people despite the real increase in isolation that people have felt in this time. And I think it's been incredible for me as a person who's been really interested in community organising, and I do see food as one of those great ways of starting conversations and seeing people on a regular basis grow relationships because they come for food and then actually realise there's lots more in common that they have. So I do that in my own personal life, but I also think that I've been really impressed by what work has happened in the community. So I'm going to share my screen to give you a bit of an insight through Get-Togethers, what has been happening over the last 6 to 8 months, and then I'll go into some of the other more local Rochdale organisations. So it's going to be a little mixture of presentation slides, of films, and then also some people who are in the Zoom chat here today to discuss a bit more in detail. So hoping that this is the right screen for me to start sharing with. Yes. So this was made by community groups filming themselves and then sending the footage into Get-Togethers, and it's been an edit that has given an insight and just an overview of what people have done throughout this time. So is that working? No, sorry, I'm not. There we go.
Food for Life Get-Togethers are activities that bring people together through good food. We help people of all ages and backgrounds right across the UK to organise growing, cooking and sharing food activities that bring their communities closer. Anyone can organise or come along to a get-together, and we've been amazed at what people have been up to this summer. Take a look at some of it.
Hi, I'm Bruce Newlands, linked to the Shore Street Gardens, and I'd just like to say how fantastic the get-togethers have been. They've been an opportunity for us to meet new people, to learn new things from people that knew stuff about how to grow veg, and we hope very shortly to be cooking in the garden as well, and share the produce that we've been producing.
Oh, look at that one!
Oh wow!
Hi there, my name's Vicky Hemming. I'm part of the Big Feed, and we are lucky enough to have had some funding from Food for Life as part of the Get-Togethers project. What we're about to do, which is very exciting, and our first step of the Get-Togethers, is to provide some recipe kits to hand out. And this will stimulate further conversations and build connections with the community.
Food for Life programme was a very valuable programme this year, and we were able to redirect funds towards growing lots of different crops, different types of vegetables, from beetroot, carrots, potatoes, cabbage, and early on we had strawberries and salad crops. This proved very invaluable to the community. We cooked the meals and brought them out to people who were in lockdown, people who were isolated, and it was a great way to bring a bit of normality to their lives.
Hi, my name's Lisa and I work for Social Farms and Gardens. We're a UK-wide charity that support communities to grow, farm and garden together. Normally, we'd be out and about with community groups on site, but when the coronavirus lockdown restrictions were imposed, we realised we had to change the way we were working.
So I reached out to Elisa because I heard about this amazing project she's doing called Growing Hope, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is going to really benefit some of the young people I work with. I've got quite a few young people who've got a real interest in growing their own things, whether that be gardening, or even wanting to try something new. So yeah, I reached out and she said, oh, we've got 15 kits that we can kind of donate to you, and that made me really excited. So Amy's kindly dropped off these kits to us, and I'm going to look at distributing them, because we don't just have young people in Cardiff, we have them all over sort of up in the valleys and in Newport. So particularly those who might be rurally isolated, these are really going to help them focus on something more exciting.
I really enjoyed putting together the packs, because at home we're growing things and I know how much joy it can bring to people, and knowing when I pack each of those little boxes with the seeds and the compost that someone will be getting that joy, seeing things grow while they're in lockdown, is really why I did this. So yeah, I've really enjoyed volunteering for the project.
So Julie, can you tell me where those parcels will be going out to for me?
We'll be distributing them across the city to people who are shielded and isolated. It's a great venture. I'm glad we're able to help you with this project.
Okay.
And hopefully it'll bring a little bit of something to the people's lives who are currently unable to go out and enjoy the greenery in the open.
Growing, cooking and eating good food is great for our health and well-being and the planet. Connecting through food is one of the oldest and best ways of learning from each other and getting to know one another. No matter what our age or background, we understand each other better when we grow, cook and eat together.
Do you enjoy your school meals?
Do I enjoy it? That's an understatement. Absolutely loving it. And here, scoffing away. And how's yours? Oh, good. I think it's always very nice, especially type of vegetables.
Hello, I'm Martin, and this is my community seed box through Barefoot Kitchen on this glorious day. So basically, plants for free, seeds for free, lots of earwigs in there as well if you want some of those for free. And we do have a sign which is blown up on the floor which says take whatever you need and to donate and leave for others if you can. And it's been very successful. Lots of nice chats, lots of people coming and asking me about the plants that are there, and a few donations as well, so it's going really well.
We have been coming ever since the lockdown. We'd had to walk past one day and my son wanted to come and have a look, see what there was growing, and we just got very, very excited. He just likes to come and see what's growing and pick chives and eat them.
Found a radish.
Oh.
And a radish! It's amazing what you can find at this garden.
It's amazing, because you wouldn't do all this at home.
So many people came together because of us. They got to know each other. They started helping each other, and all started with this project.
Thank you for watching. We hope you feel as inspired as we do from all these creative community activities that are happening. We hope you'll join us and have your own Food for Life get together.
Okay, so yeah, today is looking at what Rochdale community groups have been doing and the action on the ground around bringing people together through food. So I'd just like to share what get-togethers in really early April realised that the funding to be able to do any of the emergency response towards, you know, food provision, food parcels. As well, at the time of year that we were in, we were just about to start a growing season. So we wanted to make sure that when we were asking people, is it possible to get together in some way, whatever way that you could do it to follow the guidelines of the first lockdown. And we gave out £1,000. So we gave 70 grants of £1,000 through the funding that we get from the National Lottery Community Fund. So that went out to 2 community groups in Rochdale. So both of them were in Langley, in the Burnside Community Centre and Status for All. So what I'd like to do now is share with you first the Burnside Centre. I've got in the presentation just some of the social media platforms as well. So if anyone hasn't yet been able to follow or find information about these community groups, I've put their social media platforms into this presentation. So I'd recommend that you go onto Facebook for the Burnside Community Centre and see all of the videos that they've done throughout the lockdown are still available there for you to watch. There's lots of different recipe sharing, live cooking demonstrations from Tracy. They've also got a website, so you can find out more information there. And so unfortunately, Corinne or Tracy couldn't attend today to share what they've been doing, but she has sent me through. So I'll just read about what their funding managed them to be able to start. So Corinne has said, we are fortunate to receive a small grant from Food for Life get-togethers, which we applied for in April 2020. This meant that as soon as our centre opened at the beginning of May, we were able to set up our food delivery service. Initially, the project was to run for 12 weeks, offering fresh cooked hot meals to those most vulnerable on the Langley estate, alongside cooking demonstrations. We worked in partnership with FareShare, which meant we could deliver a hot meal and a food parcel to those who needed it most. Throughout the 12 weeks, which we were supported by Food for Life get-togethers, we helped over 100 individuals and provided around 550 hot meals to families struggling financially or vulnerable and socially isolated adults. The Food for Life get-togethers grant kick-started a project that grew larger than we could ever anticipated. The project was due to end in August. However, it was clear to us that the need for the project was still there, if not growing. We made it our priority to continue to source funding for this project to allow it to continue, which would not have been possible without the initial grant from Food for Life. The grant allowed us to devote staff time to create and cook recipes, to fund resources for the kitchen, and to buy the all-important fresh ingredients. We were supported along the way by Sarah-Beth, and we are grateful for her to reach out to us about this opportunity, which has allowed to grow the project into what it was today. I just want to replicate that. You know, it's people like this who can adapt so quickly and find different ways of working that has brought much joy to my working life anyway. So I'm really grateful, and I'm gonna just stop share and switch over because I did have the opportunity when the lockdowns kind of lifted slightly to go visit Corinne and Tracy, and I went to film with them. So I'd like to share this one. So this was made, yeah, at the Burnside Centre. So you can see now a screen with the Burnside on. Yep, great. And the audio was fine on the other one. I'm just going to check now. Is the audio okay? So this is a short film.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Burnside Centre with Tracy and Corinne with our cook along. So today I'm cooking during the fast for my health benefit. It takes longer to get down and it doesn't build up your blood. It's about 75 grams uncooked, so it's dried. This is a white pasta we're using, but you can use brown. You can use spinach pasta, which is green, which is lovely with feta cheese. You can use the lentil one, and I believe also that they have a beetroot one, which I've never tried, but I'm looking for it as we speak. And it's a very cheap meal because you can make this as cheap or as expensive as you want. While I'm doing this, I'd like to just thank our partners who we're working with, Shell, Get-togethers, Lottery Community Fund, and many more who help us along our way.
Got some comments about the pasta. Barbara, guilty of too much pasta. Me too.
Yes, most people are.
Rita's going to make this later. She's got everything that's needed. That's really great.
Send us your pictures, Rita, because I'm always intrigued to see what you're up to.
I can't wait for this, you know. I was watching it before my mouth was watering.
And there's a number of different videos that go further into the benefits that people had felt from that, and it was a beautiful day of just delivering some of that tuna pasta and filming people on their doorstep, and it's a reminder that actually it's a really powerful thing just to knock on someone's door, hand over some food and have a little bit of a chat, and just see people face to face, which it seems so alien now, and it's quite a bizarre thing that the real impact that it can have. So that was the Burnside, who received some of the funding really initially, and I'll go back to my presentation slides and talk to you about Status for All and Bowley Community Association. So yeah, Status for All, if you've never heard of them, they are just Windmere Road off the Langley Estate as well. They have an allotment where people in the community are able to rent their own private allotments, but also during the just before the lockdown, they met someone from Incredible Edible. I mean, Sue talks about it in the video that I've made, but Sue's journey along the way of like getting community growing started really locally to her community is a really powerful story, and I think it just shows that people from that community-led projects really do have a power and can get lots of people involved, and I think it's a testament to Sue and the work that people in her community have been able to do to create a space that is open and accessible for many people to grow their own food. So yeah, the Status for All, they've got a website. They're also on Facebook, and they've recently connected and a partnership between Bowley Community Association. They have a premises, the Old Pavilion on Hayward Road, and that's about a 5-minute walk from the allotments to get to the community centre. So they're working really closely together where they can grow food and then take it to the community space to cook. And we'll share a little bit now from, this has come from Sue about what they've been able to do recently, and then there's going to be a film that I share as well. So in 2020, we at Status for All and Bowley Community Association, brackets BCA, at the Pavilion, have been dealing with the COVID situation. I found dealing with the COVID situation very stressful, but very rewarding. We have managed to build up a team of amazing volunteers who are dedicated to their community. We have also seen our partnerships grow for the better, and by using social media channels, we have managed to keep in touch and keep up to date. The main focus has been to try and get ourselves some core funding so that we can develop and grow into a community benefit society, but as we know, it's become a tiring challenge. But for the changes have enabled us to focus on what we're really about: grow, cook, and eat, including educating children and young people on the benefits of growing your own produce and cooking it. BCA are now linked in with local schools and are delivering alternative education sessions, which include gardening, growing, cooking, IT, media, music, walking groups, and focusing on local history projects. So for the funding, in the £1,000 COVID response fund, Status for All worked with Vicky Lomax in creating some really educational short videos about how to make tools for your garden out of things that you find in your house. So they focus on milk bottles and all the different things that you can make through milk bottles. And these are either available for everyone to watch through Vicky Lomax's Facebook page, which you can search here, or through Status for All. They've got a Facebook group as well. So here's a bit more about what they were doing. During the lockdown, we provided afternoon teas for those who were having to isolate, especially the over 60s. And we built up a database of 300 local people who we still stay connected to and have just been granted funding from DRUK, which is a Sports England initiative to provide walking sessions and support for those who are finding it difficult to get back into the real world because of the effects of COVID, through focusing our walks on those who may need one-to-one support. We are being supported by the Rochdale Metropolitan Borough Council, Soil Association / Food for Life get-togethers, Action Together, and we have just recently become Bowley Incredible Edible. Get-togethers has been a huge support to us in many ways, especially providing us with hints and tips on organic growing, and we did do a few activities based on collaborating with different generations to work together. So now I have to introduce the new Incredible Edible Bowley at the Status for All allotments, another short film, which is, let me just open, 1 second, which was just finished editing yesterday, and I'm very excited to share this one because I think it touches on all of the reasons why I think growing is a really important community benefit to everyone. So here's.
When I heard Pam Warhurst talking about Todmorden, and now that I've brought people together, and now their families have all got together and stuff, that's exactly what I wanted. And then I met Georgina Jakes, and we sat down together. We've both just become unemployed, so we've sat down together and we thought, this is the time now to put our vision together. And because we're both local, families get involved, and then your neighbour gets involved, and then their families get involved, and their neighbours get involved, and that's actually how it goes. So it ticks over nicely, it evolves to...
Well, this is going to be incredible edible club. What it is to get young people involved so they can realise the importance of nature. And now it's not just about flowers and how nice you look, it's about realising that this is the kind of stuff that you can eat. It may not seem a great deal to young people at the moment, depending on your age, but it's something, as you start moving on in life, you can find something what you picked up when you was younger, now becomes something like important in your life. And that's what we're trying to do here.
During lockdown, because there's no way of doing exercises, it's an opportunity to come to the open air and do some work, so that is good for you, good for the environment, good for the people, and that's the purpose of having this allotment for us today.
Food, fresh food, basically, is the main benefit. I know that no pesticides have gone on it, and it might not be pretty, it might be a bit ugly, but I think it tastes better when you're growing it yourself. And certainly this year, I've been growing a lot from home because I haven't been able to get down here. With COVID, I was away for 3 months from here because we were shielded, and I think I ended up with about 100 courgettes 1 week. So all my neighbours have had courgettes because you share it all out.
I like to do it because I like harvesting it from what I grew, and I like eating it fresh because then you can get the real taste.
It's really healthy, it's a way of enjoying your life, keeping busy, getting exercise, and getting food. I would like to say food for free, but it's not for free because there's a lot of work involved, and I think people don't understand that sometimes. It's taken us a couple of years to get the first plot that we took, which is on my left here, up to scratch, and the plot on the right here, which is just not all for the chickens, which is an orchard coming on there. That's taken us about a year to get there, and it's a lot of hard work, as I think anybody on here will tell you.
It's very nice because she also has opportunity to meet other people and socialize, because during the lockdown we don't have any social activities.
Well, I'm retired now, so it's getting me out the house and it just keeps me ticking over sort of thing. So I enjoy doing it. So like I say, that's my benefit. So this is one of my projects now, making these bedding boxes up. On the other half, if you look there, you'll see all these flower beds up there, which I've been using recycled wood to make them up. And that's basically what I do it, apart from if you need anything else.
So it might just be the epic music that's got so inspirational. But yeah, that was one of the films made, and I think it's been some of the highlights of my year, is just being able to go out and visit these people and see exactly what they've been able to do, keeping safe, keeping the community connected, and growing or cooking and sharing lots of food. So I'm happy to take a break from screen share time if there's any questions, and if anyone wants to ask anything about those first two funded projects. I don't know if anything came through the chat. I'm just scrolling through now. But yeah, excellent projects from communities, fantastic stuff. Very grassroots, good work across age groups too. Yeah, the intergenerational things haven't stopped happening. And I know that through the Bowley Community Association, they're now working on how they can get the young people that are coming to the centre, and maybe they're having a hard time being in school in education, but they're learning so much more life skills in a way with the community, and they're writing letters to older people who are alone and stuck in their homes at Christmas time. So the compassion that they're experiencing at this time, I think, is a really important lifelong lifelong learning. Thank you for wonderful videos, really inspiring. I agree completely. So is there anyone who wants to add anything at the moment?
Could I? So it's Martin from Nutrition and Hydration Programme. We're mostly concerned about older people and older people with low appetite, older people suffering from undernourishment and dehydration. And what we've learned during the pandemic is just the importance of food deliveries. Many older people on their own and isolated or shielding found they weren't cooking for themselves. They didn't want to cook for themselves. Shopping was a problem. So meal deliveries are absolutely a lifeline for a lot of older people, and it's really good to see. I know the work at Burnside quite well, and know how committed they are to making sure that older people get the information they want and they need, which is what we've been concentrating on. So yeah, I think they're fantastic. Yeah,
it's great to hear, and I think it's really great that they're being recognised as well. So thank you, Martin. Anyone else? If anyone wants to add anything in the chat, I can read out aloud.
May I just make a comment, Beth?
Yeah, go for it.
I think that was absolutely fantastic. The music itself was so empowering. I love the fact that all ages were involved. And one of the things I identified is the houses around it. So it was almost like a private area, shielded from the whole everybody else. It's a private plot of land. And it was absolutely fantastic. Thank you, because it was so inspiring, thinking, oh, okay, I didn't think of it like that. But it's just, it's the smallest of areas where you can make the biggest changes. I think that's what I picked up. So well done, Beth. Fantastic. Excellent.
Yeah, thank you. That is, I mean, that's, they've, I think Status for All has been going for a number of years, and then that has been a catalyst. They've seen, actually, we can do so much more, and the growing food and now being able to have a community space to cook it in as well. I think there's just great potential across there. And I don't know if anyone else has heard of Incredible Edible as a movement, but that basically is to kind of not ask for permission, to just, you know, grow for the benefit of the community in a real grassroots way of organising. So Incredible Edible is a network, and you can join up with other Incredible Edibles. Some of them are really, really local. So in Rochdale, you've got quite a few Incredible Edible projects happening. And that's what Sue Smith had just decided, you know, this is the right time now. We're going to start this Incredible Edible project for the young people to really have a dedicated space on that community allotment Status for All has. And it's great to see, yeah, that's starting, and people with the skills to build are building planters and allowing that space to happen. And Nikki, I wonder, would you be happy to, I've got a little slide that introduces just your social media channels, and would be great to talk to you next about what you did for World Food Day. Are you happy with that?
Yeah, that's nice.
Okay, great. I'm just going to share quickly and I'll end it again and we'll discuss. Sorry, the lag between clicking and then it coming up. So yeah, here's Caring and Sharing. You can find Caring and Sharing both on Twitter and on Facebook, and they have a website as well. So yeah, searching in Caring and Sharing with Rochdale connected to that, and you'll find the organisation that do so much incredible work in the kind of Black and Asian community, with especially with asylum seekers. We've been talking for quite a while now, Nikki. I think we met before the lockdown again, and it's just been incredible that we've been able to stay connected and supporting you as well. So in October, get-togethers were encouraging people to get involved in World Food Day, which is a global awareness raising day, and the theme this year was Grow, Nourish, Sustain. And there was a bit of a call to kind of, you know, support the local food heroes. And Nikki, I think you're definitely a local food hero in Rochdale, and you've inspired many people, I'm sure. And you actually,
even when Martins was talking about shopping, people delivering shopping, I think we are the main one in the Rochdale. We work 24 hours now for the past 6 months. I guess we'll be doing shopping for the elderly people. We'll be dropping parcels, and we'll be doing a lot. So we are 24/7 on the road there. So Martin, that's a good point. And I think even the elderly people now, they are our aunties and uncle. We have a lot of fun with them. Even during the week, they give us a call. When they are lonely, they're looking for somebody to talk to. They ring us and, oh, let's chat. So we are doing a lot. Thank God for the volunteers, because without them, we won't be where we are now, because they are working tirelessly. They are always on the road. So that's it. And regarding the food cooking, I think we'll be doing this for a while now. This has been helping us to be able to get together as one. And by doing this, bringing people together, it doesn't matter where you come from, irrespective of your gender, your culture, your race. It makes us to be more unite together. I remember last year before the lockdown, we did one that everybody from all over different countries were there. Then there is this Cameroonian people. There is one from North and there is one from South. I don't know that there is internal crisis in between this country. And when we ask everybody to cook their food, to bring their different dishes, these two people were there. But we now said everybody should move around and taste everybody's food. Then suddenly this lady burst into tears, and Sandra asked her what happened. Then she said they be having internal problem, internal crisis in their country. which is Cameroon, South and North, they are not doing together. But by the time we all taste food together, she doesn't have a choice. She has to taste the food. And they both hug each other, which we were so happy that this, so by cooking food, by bringing people together, it will make us to be able to share our culture and our heritage. So, and I believe we're still going to do more of this because people are enjoying it and it's good. Thank you.
Thanks, Nikki. And for you, how was it to organise the virtual event? I mean, I know for you, you do enjoy the in-person, but can you share just a little bit of what it was like for virtually organising something like this?
Okay, because we've been doing this for some years now. Because we've been doing a lot about culture, about food. So we try to contact people. Sandra talked to everyone and see how many people we get involved. And happily, we see more than 7 people that want to get involved. So we have to cut it down to 4 different countries. So we have Irania, Mauritius. We have a lady that teaches us how to cook Chinese food. Then Sandra, can you remember me? Remind me?
Yeah, in English, I think, as well.
Yeah, so at least we have different countries that get involved, and they do it happily with joy, because before the lockdown, we'll be doing something about culture. And even there is a lady that said her children cannot speak their language. So by us doing this, that she's happy that when the children get home, then the children will say, oh, we are happy, we taste different food from different culture. So we are so proud of this. Thank you.
Yeah, and then can I come to your question, Sarah?
Yeah.
Okay, virtually, what happened is we've been doing things on Zoom from the beginning of lockdown. So it wasn't like strange. It wasn't really strange to us. So what we just did was, because of the capacity of people that will be coming for that particular project, so we decided to involve other somebody who can help us to manage the people that comes in. So that's the only thing. If not, all along we've been having events on Zoom. We've been having projects that we've been running on Zoom. So it wasn't really something difficult. Yeah. So yeah, that's it.
Great. So it's been part of your ability to kind of connect still virtually, and you're finding that, because I think that's a really fantastic way of showing just how in different ways people are still staying connected. And I thought it was a fantastic way that people were sharing videos from the kitchen and then it being put onto YouTube as well. So you've created that, it wasn't just a one-off event. People have now a resource where they can go back and they can again remind themselves, like, what were people cooking and how can I cook that? So yeah, it was great to see just how you pulled that off. Fantastic. Is there anything else in the coming weeks that you want to talk about or share and promote? Before the end of 2020, do you have any more online events to?
Yeah, we're having, right now we have a project for women. We call it the community project. And there's something for every woman. We have a project where women can be taught how to go back to job. We have a project for, like the one we did on Tuesday, last Tuesday was how to, we call it smart money, how people can budget, because we know it's Christmas and it's New Year. There's so much going on. So with the little everybody has got, or even how they can manage what they've got. So we have that going on, which is our current project for women. We've got the one for that deals with mental health, and we have the one that that talks about how women can they can get skills that they need, even if they don't want to have a job, if they want to be on their own. We have that coming up. So for this few weeks before the end of the year, we've got something for every woman. So we have the flyer on our Facebook, and people can come in and have questions. If they've got questions, there's somebody there to answer their questions and all that. So that's something we've got now going on. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Sarah, lastly, to round up the women program, in the 18th of March, we're going to do International Women Day, which we're going to involve everybody. So that one is one of the projects that we are looking into. So 18th of March, we're looking for everybody to come together as a woman to celebrate the International Women Day. Thank you.
Yeah, fantastic. And thank you again, and thank you for joining today to talk more personally about what you've been able to do. And I just love to hear it. Thank you. So I'll jump next onto another organisation who received some small grant funding from Food for Life get-togethers, and that is Lamet Habayeb. So they're working in Rochdale and supporting the Arab community. And Suhad is one of the organisers here who got in touch with me about a really amazing project that has been inspiring lots of people, and it's been a global reach, this project. So I really am so impressed by the amount of people that this has connected, sharing food, and it's been sharing traditional recipes in the household. So Basil and Mona are brother and sister from 8 and 10 years old. The story I'd like to share, it is now available to read as a case study on our website, Food for Life. I'll share the link at the end. But yeah, from what I can recall of the story, basically struggling with lockdown, as I'm sure many children were right at the beginning, where they weren't able to go to school and they were having to learn at home and carry on trying to, get an education that's really good quality. The two children realized that what they have is access to their mother, who's a wealth of knowledge about cooking and cultural foods from Palestine, that they decided to learn from their mother at home whilst she would record them cooking and then send them to friends and family, mainly over WhatsApp. And then it was an older sibling who's studying in Palestine, who then started to create the videos that she was being sent into a YouTube channel, which has now got, as you can see, a number of films that shares some of these recipes being brought to life by these two children that have such a great energy. And I do really want to share one of them, one of the films with you. So I'm going to just try find that one ready to share. But they've had connections within their family where the siblings haven't met before, but now they're really building the relationship through these videos and sharing the skills that they have with film editing. They also have an older brother who is in London, and he's involved in the project now as well. So the older siblings are supporting the younger ones by uploading the content onto YouTube, and the confidence that's growing within these two children is incredible, and it's all come through sharing food, sharing recipes, and the love for Palestinian culture and heritage. And I'm going to share just again, swap screens now. I'm going to share this. Yeah, it's 2.5 minutes, but
We are the Little Cooks. I'm Anna. And I'm Bethel. Today we are making you a very special Middle Eastern dish. It's called shawarma. So first you need a kilogram of boneless chicken or meat. Today we chose chicken. You have to cut them in stripes like we've done. And then we put it in a bowl. mayonnaise. You need 3 tablespoons of white vinegar, extra virgin olive oil, 3 tablespoons of it. You mix it well before we add the spices. According to the spices, we need half a tablespoon of salt, cumin powder, garlic powder, onion powder, white pepper. This is a cumin powder. We need turmeric powder. We need paprika and ginger. We add the spices to the chicken and mix it well. If you feel like it needs more oil, add 2 or 3 teaspoons of olive oil. Then you put it in a pan. Say how much I love them. That's all I imagine. Now I put the lid on and leave it to cook for 20 minutes. Go back tomorrow. Now our delicious shawarma is ready. The shawarma, you can have it with a wrap or a bucket with some salads topped with some tahini sauce. Prepare the tahini sauce. We need a cup of yogurt, 3 tablespoons of tahini, the juice of a lemon, salt and some chopped parsley. Yummy! Now it's ready, we can eat some. Yummy, it smells delicious. Shining on my first home. I'd give anything to see my family again and say how much I love them. That's all I.
So yeah, again, that's just demonstrating how incredible it is to watch these 2 young people really loving food and loving being able to show and prepare that food and demonstrate that and give that to other people. And I think it's incredible work that Stu has been doing with her family and being able to not only support her community outside in the organising that community group does. She's also been able to connect with her own family and keep her family, you know, even though they're international and they're based in different, you know, locations across the world, keep them still connected through food. So that was from sorry, I was just reading one. Unfortunately, Nazreen has to leave. That's really sad because I think next up was what I was going to ask Nazreen to talk to us about.
Thanks a lot, Sarah, for sharing Basil's and Mona video.
Yes. Are you here?
Yeah, it was really a great experience.
Amazing. Are you can stay off camera if you don't want to be on camera.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm in the kitchen cooking, so I'm busy, so I can't share the camera.
That's fine. Is there anything that you want to add?
Many thanks for your support. Yeah, it was a small grant, but really it meant a lot for them. Because just the idea that someone cares about us and they are funding us, this means they like it encouraged them a lot. Really, they are very shy children. And we started with the idea, we wanted not just for them to build their confidence, as well for the other children in our group, the families, they have children, and we want to encourage them, share Mona's and Basil's video, and encourage the children to do other videos about their hobbies, the skills they know. And really, they are thinking seriously about it now. So sharing different videos from different children. So thanks a lot very much. Thanks a lot for helping them in building their confidence.
I mean, yeah, you too. You've done amazing work with them, and I think that each video they're more enthusiastic, and I think that's possibly a reflection as well of what amazing confidence they get from you. So thank you as well. We're really happy to have been able to work with you and share these videos. Thank you. Great. And then so I'm gonna say not last one. hopefully within the next 8 minutes, I'll get through the last two. But Army of Kindness is also someone that I wanted to highlight as an organisation, and I hope that Nazreen will be able to share a bit more as well about what they've been able to do. Social media wise, you can find them on Facebook. If you search hashtag Army of Kindness, I think lots of posts will come up, and as well on Twitter, so Army of Kindness 2. So they're doing soup kitchens every Tuesday, but they've also been able to do a lot more parcels and delivery of food, and some. So here's a few slides just from their pictures. So yeah, they've done food parcels, sharing food, like cooked meals throughout especially the school holidays, and they did a big campaign around connecting those who are struggling as families to afford like meals. So they've been able to get fresh food out to children. Here from May the 6th, they on Twitter shared that they've provided 2,300 meals, amazing 900 food parcels, and distributed nearly 70,000, and that was really early on in the pandemic. So the fact that they're still going and they're still serving their local community is incredible. And so here's some of the things from ending child food poverty, and recently they've tweeted about a Christmas card that's come from one of the people that's receiving food for their soup kitchen volunteers. And again, I think it's things like this where you just remind yourselves just how important volunteers are in our community. And I did really want today to be about celebrating what people are doing, community leaders and their volunteers as well, because people coming together at this time to support each other and to serve their community is an incredible act of resilience. And I think that's really the strength of what we can get out of this experience, is that actually we do have ways that we can support each other and connect still. So a few more pictures of them, giving haircuts to those people in need and who are living in really extreme conditions at the moment, and as well, some more festive parcels that have been going out recently. And again, some more team photos. So Shuri had said that I could take some pictures of their Twitter, and he sent me a few through as well. So again, massive respect for all these people who show up every week to support and be part of that army of kindness. And then finally, the last organisation to share with you is an organisation called Get Up and Grow. This one of the kind of key organisers here, Hayley, had been with me just before the lockdown in a training around intergenerational work, and we've been chatting recently, and Hayley's been able to adapt what Get Up and Grow as a social enterprise has been able to do with growing. So they've had a project that's had to adapt during lockdown, but is looking at how adults with learning difficulties are able to kind of still do activities together through growing food. They've also been able to share houseplants with people who are socially isolating, because they've recognized that having a relationship with nature and plants in your house is a really good thing to benefit well-being, as well as giving something to look after, but also something that you can then share with others and connect and share how that plant is getting on. So for social media, for Get Up and Grow, you can find them on Twitter as well as on Facebook, and they have a website there. Get Up and Grow did do some resources as well. So if you are looking for any resources around getting outdoors and activities to do outdoors, so whilst regulations are changing somewhat, being able to meet outdoors and do activities outdoors, if you get in touch with Hayley at Get Up and Grow, they have lots of different mindfulness and nature-based activities, which they developed with the GM Walking Festival campaign. Finally, if you wanted to connect with me or get-togethers as a national community, Facebook, there is a group called Food for Life Get-Togethers Community. This again is a community space where you can promote or talk about what things you've been doing, sharing your good stories. If you have any videos, we love to share and connect through film there as well. And I'm working on the Twitter side of things for our North team. So if you want to connect with me over Twitter, please do follow us at FFLGTS_North. And again, I like to amplify what people are doing. So just, tag me in any of your tweets about what you're up to in Rochdale, and I will more than gladly retweet and shout about what you're up to there. And finally, a big thank you for Action Together. You've been amazing in terms of supporting the grassroots communities, the Food Solutions Network. I've loved seeing and being part of that. I'd follow them, Action Together, on Twitter and on Facebook as well, to keep up to date with what's going on there and all of the different things that are happening across Rochdale, as well as in Oldham and Tameside. So finally, this is our last, from get-togethers who we're funded by the Community Lottery Fund, and we do have partners with the Big Lunch from Eden Communities, Generations Working Together, the Royal Voluntary Service, Learning Generations Northern Ireland, Incredible Edible Network, and Food Sense Wales. So again, this is a reminder that partnership work is really important, and we have a stronger community when we all are sharing best practice, resources, and funding where possible. So I think with 1 minute to go, that's me wrapped up. If there's any other questions coming through, I'm going to have a skim of the chat now. But feel free to unmute and ask if there's anything, or state any further thoughts.